So you've got candles, but how do you actually sell them at a craft show without just hoping someone stops by? I'm going to walk you through everything from setup to sale so you can leave with confidence and cash. In this video, you're going to learn display tips, customer interaction, pricing, and your mindset. Hi, I'm Cynthia, founder of Express Yourself Candle Co., where we sell luxury audible candles that actually tell a story. They do, and I wrote them, I recorded them, I'm so excited about that. But anyway, I've been to my fair share of craft shows, and I wanted to share a little bit of information with you guys about how you can create a system that will work really, really smooth for you. Because let me tell you, once you get a system, it gets so much easier. And yes, right now we are set up in my dining room. I set up the way my booth would look without the canopy, just for you, with everything set up the way I would normally set it up for a craft show. So without further ado, let's jump right in. First things first, prep is everything. Bring more candles than you think you'll need. You'd be surprised how fast a bestseller actually sells out. Make sure every candle is priced clearly. Customers won't always ask. There have been situations when I first started markets where I had a couple of customers, like up to 10 at once in my booth, and I wasn't able to answer all of the questions. So I learned from those things by pricing the questions, pricing the product clearly so that they can know how much each candle line actually costs. And if I have anything else like my poetry book here, if it's not a candle product, you want to list that price as well and let people know that it's something that you wrote and that you're proud of. It makes you feel good, and they like to connect with you to know a little bit more about you as the creator. And don't forget your business cards or a QR code for people who want to shop online later. So I created this QR code right here that had information on how people can join my newsletter. And then I had a QR code how people can follow me on social media. It's connected to my link tree so they can get that information clearly, as well as more information on the candles. Now let's talk displays. If your candles are all flat on the table, like I'm demonstrating for my soundscapes line right here, people will just walk by. Now you want to use like risers or crates or even cake stands, things like what I have right here. I got these on Amazon. They add height and dimension. Candles are about ambient, so add small touches, maybe like fairy lights. As you can see from my Halloween candle right here, I added a spinner so that it attracts customers and they can see how this one looks very different from the rest of the candles. This is a limited edition that I'm offering. I want to attract them to my limited edition. That's why I have it moving around. The label is entirely different from the rest of the labels. I'm attracting them that way, it's standing alone. This right here, these soundscapes, you don't want to do this with your display. This is what you would rather do. You don't have to use the same exact color scheme that I chose for my stands. You can choose whatever works for you. I've seen people use different wood stands that go all the way across, and they have different height layers. You can have multiple different tables, but I highly don't think this is a good idea to do the flat lay. Definitely do height, definitely. You also want to make sure you have your logo right here as well as your slogan. Mine is light up, listen in, feel the moment. A little bit more about what I actually offer, what types of candles I have and how they're different, where I'm located, and they have more information about my burn time. They can scan the QR codes to get more information about the story of my brand. So those are some things that I recommend for this part of the story. Let's go to the next part. A clean branded table covering makes you look professional instantly. So we got a tablecloth that was more like this. It's one that you would put over, it's fitted, it goes over the feet. We also have table risers for each corner, and this makes it look a lot better, as well as having this table runner right in the middle, like that. This one's big. Don't hide behind your table. Stand up, smile, and say hi first. People are more likely to stop if you acknowledge them. Then instead of saying, "Can I help you?" try asking, "What scents do you usually love in your home?" It sparks a conversation. And share your story. When people know why you make your candles, they connect with you, not just your product. Also, something that I learned firsthand at a few markets I've been to is that customers will usually stop if I compliment something about what they're wearing, something they have in their hand, their dog, their hairstyle, a necklace that they have. And I start the conversation based on that. I don't always start based on the product. So that's something that has worked really well for me in the past. I think that's a great way to start. If you don't want to say hi, or if you notice that customers who are introverted tend to walk away, just say things, "Oh my God, I love that jumper, girl, okay." Or like say anything that can get them to start talking naturally. So I'm gonna now share with you some things that worked really well for me to make sure I got a sell from a customer. So I definitely always complimented them first. I encouraged conversation around anything they were interested in. If they were very introverted and they didn't want to talk, what I would do was just let them shop and I said, "Let me know if you have any questions. These are audible candles." And usually when I say that, they're like, "What does that mean? What does that mean?" So usually that sparks a conversation in and of itself. And I have 3 different collections plus my Halloween candle. So I had a whole spiel that I would go down. So I would explain how the Dead Poet Society candles worked, and then the 2 different sizes that I offer, 2 different price points, and then I had a different poet, deceased poet, for each one of the candle fragrances. So I would go down that, and usually if they are interested in like more literature, they tend to gravitate towards these type of candles. Then I have the personalized audio candles. People who had, this is very sad, but some people who had someone who was in hospice, or a family member that was like just not going to be there for them very long, tend to gravitate towards these types of candles. And then for the soundscapes candles, I noticed that a lot of families tend to like those. Kids really like the soundscapes candles a lot more. Teenagers tend to like them a lot more. So it's really like knowing your demographic, what type of people are going to want one type of candle. It's good to have more than one line and have a different type of reason for each line that's still related to your overall arching theme of what you offer for your candle business, if that makes sense. Let me know in the comment section if this video is making sense so far. If it's not, drop a question. I would love to answer it directly. And let me know like what you do for your candle business. What is your theme? I sell audible candles. What type of candles do you sell? Do you need any other advice, or do you have any other questions about content that you would like to see from me in another video? And don't forget to subscribe. I finished the video, it's nighttime, and I'm starting to edit the video, and I realized I forgot to show you guys the checkout process and the payment options when you are checking out your customers. So let me show you that really quickly. So what I like to use, I use Shopify as my store. When I check out customers, I have 3 different paper bag options because some markets do not allow you to use plastic bags. That's something to keep in mind. I have a large, medium, and a small. And then this is my card reader. It does tap, it does chip, and you can just insert the card if it doesn't work for people who have tap or chip. And you can also type in the payment option on your app. I use the app on Shopify on my iPad. So on this iPad, I have everything I need to check out a customer. I connect to the hotspot on my cell phone, and that's how I'm able to get Wi-Fi outside. And then I have a cash box that I use for people who want to pay with cash and they don't have the card method. I also accept payments with PayPal and Venmo. So it's important to get those things set up prior to your first market, so you have everything situated with your business bank account and your payment methods to make it a very seamless process. And this right here is where I would keep everything at a market. So it is a 3-tier rolling cart. It is not the on-brand colors. You will notice it's green. It was gifted to me, and I use it for pouring candles on top as well. I'll show you how I do that another day with my DigiBoil. But I keep everything in here, and my iPad I usually keep on the table when I'm checking out customers, and it usually will show them the different methods they can use. A lot of people use Apple Pay and Visa cards. And then I keep the chip reader usually in my pocket. You know how they have those things that waitresses use where you can have a waist apron? I use a waist apron, and I keep this in there. I keep this on me at all times. And I keep my cash box right in the back here behind my inventory so that no one can get to it, as well as these gift bags. So this is the waist apron that I would usually get. I got this on Amazon. It has 3 pockets in it. So I would normally keep my card reader in one of the pockets. I usually keep a little notebook because I like to network with other businesses while I'm at markets, as well as a pen. I don't have one right now to demonstrate, but I would keep that in here with a pen. And then this is the QR code that I create for customers with my logo on it that lets them know they can scan the QR code to get free shipping on their next order. Once they sign up for my newsletter, I give them one of these. If they decide to not sign up, that's their choice. But these are the 3 pockets that I use for my apron, and this works really well. Let's talk about mindset last. So it's really important to know. One thing I forgot to mention, I did not upsell anything. You will see some of my candles are not significantly cheap. And a lot of my customers, all of my customers that actually purchased from me had no problem spending upwards near $100 on their candles without blinking. No hesitation at all. That's the type of demographic that I cater to as a luxury audible candle. They're looking for some type of artwork. They're looking for a specific type of piece that they connect with, right? If other people sell different types of candles, then they wouldn't buy my candle at like Target for $5. You have to know where you're gonna go. I would never bring my candle to a flea market or to a different type of demographic that would not sell, not purchase at the price point that I normally have customers purchase at, if that makes sense. So another thing to keep in mind is with your mindset, not every single market you go to is going to be a sellout. You need to research your markets ahead of time. You need to know what type of demographics gonna go there. Who is your target audience? Where do they shop? Will they be at this market you're going at? Will the market be rainy? Will it be sunny? How much is it gonna cost? If it's your first couple of markets, you definitely wanna make sure you're not spending a ton of money if you're not sure about these things. Try to keep it under $100 for your market booth. Because if you spend a lot of money for your first market and you don't know who your target audience is, where they're going to be at, if they're going to be at that market, you're going to be wasting money and you're going to be very frustrated and you're going to want to give up. So keep going. You definitely got this. Do a lot of research. Know your competitors. Know what you have to offer. Know what makes you stand out, what makes you different. I did have a few customers say when they were coming to my booth, oh, this is something different. I've seen everyone do the same types of things, but yours is actually different. Find something that makes you different amongst all the hundreds of thousands of different types of candle businesses. First of all, you're handmade, which is really good, right? So find other ways of targeting certain types of people in a way that's not already covered and saturated all over social media. Candle making is not saturated. There are a lot of people doing it, but you can still find a way to stand out, because I did, and I know it's possible. So if you're looking for more helpful content like this one, feel free to subscribe to my channel and look on more of the videos that I have on my channel. I have lots of different things that you can look at, and I'll be here for a while to give you more information.